to Intro to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I am your host, Dosky. I am going to be teaching y'all how to play 2nd Edition. If you have never played a tabletop role-playing game before, it is a very simple system to pick up on. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, everybody who is interested in playing the table, I did put in the description of the panel that I was going to lottery the slots off because we can have a maximum of 6 at the table who are actively influencing the table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a comment in panel stage. If you would react to it with a dice emoji. If you want to be at the table, I will randomize names from the recording. I will give y'all 30 seconds, like on my go. But let me put the react to this. So I put a message in the chat that says react to this. I'll give you 30 seconds. Go. Do, 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 do. I'll give you 20 more seconds because I was screwing around with trying to get a timer up. This is just a demo, though it will have benefits beyond. So the reacting is to see if you want to actually play at the table. That's all right. So it looks like we have 4 players, which is the minimum of the table. So I won't have to raffle off. So Frodo, Court of Crows, I don't know who's at the front at the moment, Aki, and who is the 4th one? Machina, I don't know who is fronting. If y'all want to raise your hands, I'll bring you up on stage so we can all interact while in the invite to speak.
Hello.
Oh.
Hey there.
And we're just waiting for Aki? All right.
There we go. I think you can hear me now.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. So, as I mentioned in the discussion, or in the description of the panel, I do have pre-generated characters for y'all to choose from. I'm going to offer you the bare basic ones, the ones that you're probably familiar with from hearing about or having played in D&D. So we've got your basics like barbarian, we have wizard, we have cleric. Her spells aren't very good, but she is a healer bot. We have the bard. I am going to avoid the druid today just because with the animal companion, it might get a little chaotic, and I've only got about an hour or 2.
Okay.
Rogue. We have...
I'm the rogue.
The paladin, and we have a fighter. So
I'm calling the rogue.
Dove is calling the rogue.
I'll do fighter.
Riss.
Riss. Who said fighter?
Fighter.
Okay, Max said fighter. So Frodo, Ike.
Oh, I'm getting either the cleric or the bard if one of them is not picked by the other person.
Sure. This one is probably typing. No, I guess not. So the entire sheet is pre-generated. The entire sheet, so I'll give a little quick rundown on how to read the sheet. how the mechanics work and how they interact within this game. So, where is Mauricio? Max, you said you wanted the fighter?
Yeah.
So Valeros. Just waiting to get a response from Ike.
Where are you putting the sheets?
I am going to upload the sheets into Panel Stage.
Okay.
They're pretty small PDFs.
Okay, cool. I can download that.
You wanted either the cleric or the bard. I'm going to, if you don't mind, I would suggest the bard, just because I think you're going to have some more fun with it.
Oh, sure then.
All right, so I'm gonna upload these 3. Mauriciel is going to be for Riss. Valeros is going to be for Max, and Lem is for Frodo. And I just slapped my microphone.
Ooh, hell yeah.
All right, let me.
Of course, a halfling.
So let me open up Lem, because I think he's going to be the most versatile of what everybody is going to see on their sheets. So let me make this not as big as it possibly can be on my screen. So at the top, you see your character's name, you see their class number, or their class type, and their level. Underneath is their ancestry. Their speed is how many squares, how many feet you would move. So just like in D&D, it's a 5-foot square unless otherwise stated. Perception is going to be your passive perception. It's also going to be your initiative roll. So what you're going to add to your initiative.
Okay.
Languages, common. So like Lem has common diabolic, which is the lawful evil, and Hevling. His class DC is if I ever mention, hey, what's the DC on that? Lem might not. He might actually have a spell DC, but specifically for Valeros, I will ask for a class DC if I ever need to.
Okay.
So in second edition,
Wait, what's the DC?
Pathfinder.
What's the DC? Sorry.
DC is the difficulty class. So it is going to be the target that you are going to be trying to roll.
Okay.
When you roll for something like that, it's going to be a d20 roll, and then you add whatever I request. So if we're going to be rolling a perception check, you'll roll a d20, and you'll roll, so for specifically Lem, it says a +6. So you'll add 6 to your d20 result. The DC is what you are trying to beat. So like, if you were trying to perceive something and the DC is 15, you want to get a total that meets or exceeds 15.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
In the center, you will see strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Pathfinder 2nd Edition has done away with scores and modifiers and only works with modifiers now. So you don't have to worry about this, but for those who are used to D&D or 1st Edition, that is an abstraction. It just makes one less thing to keep track of. All of these scores are already built into this character sheet, so y'all playing today aren't going to have to worry about it, but I wanted to bring it up just in case anybody was concerned about it or questioning it. Below that, and under defenses, you'll see your max hit points. The max hit points is when you hit this number, you become unconscious and you fall prone. In 2nd edition, you stop counting at 0. And when you get healed, you count backward from damage. So like you will always get to a maximum of 15 damage and never over. So you will only have to heal 15 damage to get back up to full. Armor class is how hard it is for you or your opponent to hit each other. So on Lem's sheet, his AC is 17. If someone tries to hit him and gets a 17 or higher, it means that it's a successful hit. If it is a 16 or lower, it is going to be an unsuccessful hit. In second edition, there is a crits clause where anything that exceeds the DC by 10 is a critical. You can crit on attacks, you can crit on skill checks, but on the opposite, you can also crit fail. So bad stuff will happen usually on skill checks, but some more advanced classes will have bad stuff happen when crit fails on strikes happen. That shouldn't come up today, but I wanted to give a little bit of background on that. Mm-hmm. Underneath that, you will see fortitude, reflex, and will. These are your saving throws. So a fortitude save would also be called a con save. Reflex save is a dex save. Will save is usually a wisdom save. Mm-hmm. These are what you're going to add if I ever ask for a specific type of saving throw. Below that, you will see strikes. If you look next to in between the words melee and short sword on Lem, I'm not sure who all has what weapons, but I'm using Lem for the example. You will see a one little black filled arrow. This is your action, how many actions this takes to use. Pathfinder uses second edition uses a action system where you get 3 actions in a turn unless something gives you more or less. You can use any combination of 1 action, 2 action, 3 actions in a turn. You can use all 3 actions to move, which 1 action is your movement speed. So you can move 25, you can move 50, you can move 75, or you can strike 3 times. Each strike has a penalty, of course, but it has been reduced in complexity. Now it's just normal -5, -10. Or if a weapon has the agile property, it reduces it even further. But we'll get into that when we get into combat. Skills, you will see a big list of skills. This is going to be all of the skills that you are that are in the game. Things like acrobatics, arcana, athletics. This is what you're going to add if I ever ask you for a specific type of check. Some of these you will, of course, be better at because some characters are trained in them. That is what the little dot next to the skill is. These are the ones that you can crit or crit fail at. I think I'm blanking on some sort of information on skills, but I'm going to pass it and bring it up if I remember it later. Abilities and feats, you shouldn't have to worry about this right now. This is a little bit of information on how your character is built, what kind of abilities that your character has. It's everything that's on the character sheet is going to be explained further into the sheet. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Equipment, very self-explanatory, what he's wearing, what he's got stowed in his backpack. And then back up at the top, specifically for Lem, is his spells, the spell section. So his spell attack roll, instead of using the strikes section for when he wants to hit with a spell, he's got his own spell attack roll modifier. That is what spell attack means. So you will add that to a d20 to attack a opponent if you are using a spell. His spell DC is if he wants to use something that doesn't require an attack roll, but requires a saving throw from an opponent. Cantrips in second edition scale, which is incredibly nice. So they get better as you go along. So you don't need to feel like you need spell slot spells to do well in a fight. Most often, cantrips will do very well in a fight. So he's got things like Daze, Figment, Light, Prestidigitation. All of these are going to be further down in the sheet. So you can read what those do. First rank, just so spell levels have been recalled spell ranks to help with some wording confusion. And focus spells. So if you have a focus spell, I think only Lem is going to. A focus spell is you get a focus pool of how many focus spells you have. So for Lem, he's got a focus pool of 2. You can cast as many focus spells as you have a pool for. So he can cast 2 focus spells until you're out of combat, and you can refocus for 10 minutes per point and get those focus spells back. So you're never really out of them, you just need some downtime to get them back. So I will give y'all a few minutes to read through your character sheets to see what they do and ask me any questions that you have based on anything you see on the sheet.
Right.
Okay.
You were talking about spell stuff earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fighter doesn't have any, right?
The fighter does not.
Okay. I was just confused.
Not one solid. Oh no. Oh, this dice roller. It has rolled a 5 and a 1 for someone who is not a admin. This is unfortunate.
So I've got physical dice.
You are welcome to use physical dice if you possess them.
Also, we'll be using the dice roller bot.
You can use that, or Paige also put this link into chat earlier, which is a free dice roller website.
All right, I'll see which one
Attack, surprise attack.
looks easier to use, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder.
Yeah, Ryan brings a good point. Using the dice roller in the chat is the fairest because then everybody can see you're not fibbing about your roll, but I don't expect our attendees to do that since we're very chill here. I agree. That is why I would rather you use your own dice if you have them, because that's what you're comfortable with. And also, I've played with dice roller bots before. They're not all very well coded. Like,
I can take a bit of bad luck.
we were playing a tabletop RPG called Star Wars, the Fantasy Flight Gaming Star Wars, which uses proprietary dice. And very thankfully, somebody made a dice roller bot because we were in the middle of a campaign when lockdown happened.
Oh no.
And so we started using that dice roller bot. We had to recreate and give it new permission, recreate the channel and give it new permissions every time we wanted to play, because otherwise it would roll very wildly. Oh my god.
So I don't know the lore behind Whisper Elves, but I love that they're clearly just Pathfinder Shadowkai.
Mm-hmm. So in Pathfinder, there is a mirror universe of the material plane called the Shadow Plane, and so shadow denizens are called shadow versions of whatever creatures got stuck there or were mirrored there. So like there's so y'all are going to be playing Pathfinder Society, which is a an adventurers guild that sends agents all over the inner sea region, which is one of the continents on Galarian, the world.
Mhm.
The headquarters of the society is in a location called Absalom. And there is a shadow Absalom that comes up very often within Pathfinder Society scenarios.
No.
I wish we could put dice spots in dice jail, yeah.
Yeah, so I was born in a place called the Shadowfell.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's literally just the Pathfinder version of where I'm from.
It sounds very similar because I saw you mentioned that the like it actively tries to consume light. It's similar on the shadow plane, yeah. Can't check them off the table either. That's very fair. This is why I use a dice tray.
Yeah. The other name for the Shadowfell is the elemental plane of shadow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Any questions on your character sheets?
Well, I'm still just reading because it's so much.
It is. It is.
I don't know what questions to ask.
That's entirely fair.
I think I'll just like
I hope
I'll
you
get
didn't hear
into it
that.
as I get it. No, I didn't hear it. It's fine. I'll be like,
I slammed my desk on accident. I'm
Oh,
going to
no.
open Valeros so I can specifically look at his character sheet to help you out if you have any questions.
okay, chill.
Yeah, this is all similar enough to like 3rd edition D&D that I pretty much already know most of it.
It's very similar. I feel like the streamlininess of it feels more like 5e. But it is like a weird love child between 3.5 and 5e.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be kicking the bot or muting it?
We started playing with 3rd edition, did very quickly moved to 3.5, and then did 5th edition, totally skipped 4.
My first foray into D&D, I couldn't tell you what edition it was because I was 14 and was invited to a new friend's house to play it. And it was a good time, but it was heavily homebrewed. I would have to assume it was 3.0 because how I remember playing it does not sound like AD&D. So
I'm pretty sure we did a session of a Pathfinder, I don't remember which one, at a convention once many years ago, but that was like day 3 of a con at 2 o'clock in the morning, so
that is a mood. No, I've got a big con coming up. I've got Gary Con coming up, which is the celebration of Gary Gygax, the guy who wrote D&D.
yeah.
He's from here in Wisconsin, like 50 minutes from where I live. So we go and play down there. I might be wrong, but Pathfinder, the original edition, if I recall, started as a spiritual successor to 3.5. So original Pathfinder, yes, was a offshoot of 3.5. I like to call it 3.75. It's officially 3.5, but it's just different enough that I feel like it needs that distinction. But yeah, 2e was meant to streamline Pathfinder for 5e fans. And let me tell you, after the whole OGL fiasco, Pathfinder has exploded.
I can imagine.
So at the end of the scenario today, I will be giving y'all actual like what we call chronicles. So let me take a screenshot of what the chronicle looks like. So basically, what I am running for you today is called the Pathfinder Society Organized Play, which means that you get credit for sitting down and playing with me today. And you can take that credit and the characters that you have played today, you can take that to anywhere in the world because it is standardized. So you can sit down at a table in Los Angeles and then go to Tampa Bay the next day and play as well. We have a network of what are called venture captains, who are the local runners of it. It's very similar to Adventure League, if you have heard of it before. But it is run a little bit different. So this is an example of the chronicle that you are going to be getting later on today. I will be filling this out with your information. I have player numbers for you, and I will give you a rundown of how the actual society side of things work later on. If we don't have any other questions, I'm probably going to get started.
No questions.
All right. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from Ike, so I'm going to run it for the three of you. That should be perfectly fine. Okay. And I'm getting text messages. Oh, it is trash. One of them is not trash. Oh dear God. Okay. I took my pills. I can turn that alarm off. All right. So, as I mentioned, you are going to be Pathfinders, part of the Pathfinder Society Adventuring Guild. So you have been sent to a location to try and figure out what's going on. So, let me find where I start reading for you. So you are in... Oh my God. This is one of those that doesn't have a good... Oh, it's okay, Ike. It is a lot to take in. So I'm hoping that, and it's okay for you to not want to, like, now that you've heard all the everything, I totally understand if you don't want to actually play. Totally okay. It is a lot, but hopefully being able to hang around, you'll be able to pick up some of the stuff if you were interested in playing it later somewhere else. All right, so you are in an area called the Land of the Linorm King. It is as it sounds. Kings, folk, individuals become kings by killing Linorms and taking their power. Linorms are dragon-like creatures that are able to curse and are very dangerous. So to become a Linorm king, you have to kill one by yourself, and it is very prestigious. It is very cold here. It is in the high north. So I am sure that y'all are going to be bundled up. But you have been called to the Ice Fairy Lodge, which is outside of Yol. A chipper gnome with bright blue-violet hair greets everyone. Thank you for coming. As you were told, this is an urgent matter, so urgent that Venture Captain Biersig couldn't even be here, so I'll cut to the chase. The Vol family is a powerful merchant family in Carlsgard. They did a huge favor for the Pathfinder Society, and now they are calling in their mark. It seems several family members are missing. She pauses before continuing. Some of the family local to here, that is, to Joel, have asked Venture Captain Biersig, to help find what happened to their family members. She thumbs through a sheaf of notes before locating the information. Ah, yes, Edvik Vol and his wife Rain. We have agreed to send a team to the Grungir Forest, their last known location, to look for Edvik's brother, his wife, and their 3 adult children. Their homestead is the last known location where anyone saw them, most recently 3 days ago. Investigate and see what you can discover. If you locate them, aid them as needed. If they are sadly no longer with us, please return their remains for proper rites. And be incredibly careful. These were experienced herbalists who've made the trek to the forest's edge time and time again. If something happened to them, the threat is likely still there. Complete the mission and come home safely. She sighs, clearly not accustomed to giving the briefings herself, and then smiles again. Any questions? I haven't been to the forest's edge myself, but I'll answer what I can. So at this point, you get to ask these some questions. Well, you get to ask the assistant to the venture captain some questions about where you're going and what your task is.
Obstacles between here and there that we should know about?
Thankfully, no obstacles. It'll be a nice and easy trek along some roads. It is about 15 miles to the north, close to the Grungir Forest, but not right at its border. Don't think many would build a house there.
All right.
Remind me again, is there like a reward related to this?
So, yes, your characters will get paid for their time.
All right.
Do you know what they were doing before they disappeared?
What were they doing in the forest? Raynori is a skilled carpenter, while his wife is an accomplished woodcarver and herbalist. They harvest rare wood and herbs from the Grungir Forest. They can do this because Cartreat used to be a member of the Guardians of Gungir, a druidic sect with some deep ties to those woods.
So it's unlikely they would have pissed off anything that lives there. Good to know. I can't think of anything else. You?
She does have one more piece of information for you. She mentions that the forest is dangerous. It has some pretty strong ties to the First World, which is the Pathfinder version of the Fey realm.
Good to know.
So at this
Lovely.
point, you have exhausted all the information that she has for you. And at this point, you can try and recall knowledge on the location that you are going to. If anybody has the forest lore or has a good nature, could try and roll forest lore or nature. If it wasn't dangerous, they wouldn't have hired Pathfinders.
I've got +2 for nature, so I guess that's better than nothing.
Sure.
I just rolled the dice off the table. 15, 16, 17 with the modifier added.
All right. That is a success. I can speak. Frodo, Machina, do you Max, do either of you have it?
I have a +0 to nature, so I don't think so.
Okay. So I will give a little hint. Whenever you have a recall knowledge, It is actively hilarious to crit fail because you get incorrect information. Usually it's funny.
Hmm.
All right. So with the 17, knows that those who stray out of sight of the tree line tend to lose their way and wander into hungry predators within this forest. Y'all can also
Wonderful.
yeah. You can also try asking around y'all to see if the citizens have any information for you. You can do this by using diplomacy to gather information or society to recall knowledge.
Let's see, where am I on diplomacy?
+3 to diplomacy, and +1 on society.
And +3 on society.
If y'all want to roll that.
Society.
So I'm going to roll society.
All right.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Unfortunately, you don't know. You aren't able to get any information from the townfolk.
Okay, so I got 13 on diplomacy.
All right. Unfortunately, you aren't able to gather anything useful either.
Okay.
Frodo?
Let me see. I'm rolling a 20, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Oh,
nat 20.
Nat 20. Nice.
Yeah.
So you find the exact right person to ask questions of. So you find out that the Vol family was one of the first to follow the path of Anghe north to Turvik and the points beyond. They are well liked in cities where they have a presence. While there is some internal strife in the Vol family, a small branch in Joel has never been involved in wider politics, mainly focusing on their own work and avoiding throwing their family name about, even going so far as eschewing hired help when gathering materials for their endeavors. So what you kind of get the sense for is these people are highly regarded, but also some of them try to keep to themselves. So yes, the Nat 20. Frodo, have you played any tabletop games yet before?
I've only played some D&D, and wow, there was this other that I don't remember the game, but it was mostly just D&D.
Sure, so you understand a Nat 20. So for Max, a Nat 20 is the highest roll you can get and means that you crit pretty much regardless. In Pathfinder, second edition, what it does is it increases your success step by 1. So since Frodo succeeded, they also crit succeeded because of the nat 20. But if, say, you were trying to strike at someone and you had a bunch of penalties, and you normally wouldn't hit them, the crit would still make you hit them.
Ooh, that's fun.
Cool.
Ah. So you are able to get on your way now that you have some information. You are also able to go shopping here in Joel if you wanted to pick up anything you think you need. Do take a glance at your character sheet. It's towards the bottom where you can see what your characters have. The designers were pretty good at giving them an adventurer's pack, which has a good amount of stuff. But if you think you need anything else, you are welcome to purchase within here. I would say if you knew that you were coming to a cold location, you have some. Did I cut out? Did you guys catch that?
Oh,
You did cut out
you
for a
cut
second,
out.
but I assume you just said cold weather clothing.
Yes, I would assume that since you knew that it was a cold weather area, then you would have brought it.
Yeah. I would assume that.
Yeah, take
So
a
even
moment.
if I'm not, if I'm not like wearing a big parka or something, I can assume I'm wearing one.
Yeah,
Okay, chill.
but yeah, so take a moment, see if you wanted to purchase anything.
Can't think of anything.
Yeah, it feels like the equipment
Sure.
is good enough.
Yeah, for right now.
Okay.
Yes.
What the hell?
Somebody got something for trailblazing a path in the woods.
Excellent.
We need a machete if nobody already has that.
Oh.
I have a long sword. Does that
Yeah.
count?
As a
I
machete.
wouldn't
Longsword.
use my actual weapon for trailblazing, but if you want to, that's up to you.
Yes, Nova, that is a very good point. I almost forgot about it. Whenever you sit down to a Pathfinder Society table, you get your choice of provisions. Most folk choose a healing potion, but Lem might also choose a scroll of something like Detect Magic or Soothe.
All right. Yeah, a scroll would be good.
I mean, it
For
is
healing
never
potion?
a bad idea to have a healing potion, but other
Yeah.
than that, I think we have everything we need.
I think we can get free healing potions.
Like, I think most of the characters have some healing potions on them, but the society also just gives their agents like a day pack of like, here's some stuff we think is going to be useful for getting you back alive.
Very, very practical.
All right. So you, without feeling that you need to purchase anything, are able to head on toward your destination. I always forget how much travel time is what, but I'd say 15 miles is a lot. I don't remember.
That seems like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
At a normal pace without exhausting yourself, it's going to take more than a day to walk that.
Yeah. So
A normal human adult in good shape who is used to long distance walking can do 10 miles a day without straining themselves. More than that is difficult, but some people can do 30.
I know there's rules for it, but I'm going to hand wave it. I'll just say that y'all approach the family homestead in the morning. You're well rested. The night was uneventful. So you were able to make it to the family homestead, and you are welcome to take a look around to see if you can find any clues.
Okay.
All right. So if we look around, will we have to roll any specific skill?
So if you wanted to perhaps search the area, you can use perception. I would allow survival to see if you can find any footprints. The door is unlocked on the homestead itself. So, like you would assume that they knew they were coming back. Or you could give me creative solutions based on what skills you have.
So first of all, I want to find out if there's anybody here.
Sure.
Which got a thing for that. This is a +2 to find hidden or undetected creatures.
Sure.
And that would be what, perception?
Yes.
So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
So you look around. You are able to see that there's nobody here, but it also looks like it's been a little while since anybody has been here. Like there's a very fine layer of dust on the ground. There is a very fine layer of dust on like some of the cookware. Everything is nice and neat. Nothing has been tossed. That's about all you're able to find. No one's hiding.
Okay.
So
Well, that's good. You know, never know when there might be a kid hiding from a monster under the floorboards or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You were told that there were 3 adult children, so you don't have the assumption that there were going to be any small
Right.
children.
Adult children. Good to know. Okay. Remembering details is important.
Mhm. Did anybody have survival?
Do
Just
I
plus
have?
one.
Well, actually, I have a +5 for survival,
Oh,
so that's not bad.
Not bad.
And I'm gonna roll that.
Sure.
That's a 20.
Yes, what do you have? Nice. Valorous, what do you have? Let's see.
I have a +5 on perception, so I can roll that.
Sure.
Okay. Is that just to like generally look around again, or could I be looking around for anything particular?
You can do whatever you would like to state.
Hmm.
I just think looking for any signs of footprints or anything like that.
Yeah, just like I guess check out if. Yeah.
I would say that you could use perception or survival to try and find footprints.
Okay. Yeah.
I
so
would just take the perception at a little harder because you since you're using perception, you're not exactly trained in tracking folk. So you could probably get footprints mixed up with like just a crevice in the ground sort of thing.
Okay.
So 21. So and then Riss, did you want to roll on survival? All the S's. Survival.
Yeah, I rolled a 20.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you both are able to find a very fading set of tracks that heads off into the forest. Now, the area does look well traveled, but these seem to be the freshest.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Could that be our missing guys?
I vote we follow the footprints. I don't see anything else around here.
All right.
well, if there's nothing else, maybe we should just go ahead then.
Yeah, I can't lose time.
Sure. All right. So you start heading into the forest. As you go, I don't think anybody has this knowledge. What lores does Lem have?
Let me see.
And what lores does Mauricio have?
Underworld lore.
Okay. I didn't think she had this, but
Valoros is loreless.
you should always have a lore because you get a lore from your background.
Hmm.
He has warfare lore. Also, apparently, farming lore.
Oh, he does.
I didn't know Valoros had farming lore. That
He
is
knows
funny.
how to farm.
Apparently.
Also, it's the lore in the skills area, right?
I'm sorry?
Or,
Yes.
where is the? Oh, okay. Just
It's in the
Ooh,
skills
it's-
area. Yep.
yeah, only theater lore. And
Theater lore. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. For those who have knowledge in nature, you could give me a recall knowledge roll.
Let me see.
I have a +2 in that.
Just
Forestry
plus one.
theater.
Got a 7.
Okay. So as you are traveling, the forest seems to appear differently than when you first walked in. It looks more vivid and wild and colorful than the pine forest that you just left. You're not sure what's going on, but you continue following the tracks. Let me read a little further because I've got some GM stuff. Okay.
It's a pretty forest.
It is a very pretty forest. Otherworldly, as one might describe it.
Oh, are we going into the Fey realm or something?
Oh, the Fade Realm.
Eventually, as you walk,
This is why I prefer cities.
eventually,
Forest is great.
As you are walking, you come across a grand manor with that in a clearing within the forest.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that's not supposed to be here.
That's not normal.
As you
Certainly
can
not
recall,
normal forest either.
yeah, as you can recall, the venture captain's assistant mentioned that no one would build within the that dangerous.
So this
Someone's
is a
clearly
first
remote.
world problem.
This is a first world problem. You unfortunately didn't make the DC for the knowledge check to know where you are, though.
Oh no.
You can probably surmise it, though, based on the knowledge checks that you had previous.
Being a farm boy did not prepare me for this.
Theater school did nothing for me.
From up ahead, the obvious sounds of a Paizo editing. Oh my god. One of my least
what?
favorite things about Paizo is that their editing team misses so much crap. So let
Oh,
me
no.
read. So this is box text for me to read to you. Let me read what it says verbatim. From up ahead, the obvious sounds of a party.
Mhm.
That's English. Hmm.
Okay. Those are all of those were words.
Those were definitely some words, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely words.
So quick tips for everybody. If anybody asks for your name, don't give it to them.
I'm not
Sounds
giving
good.
anything.
And I'll cover my drink.
Oh.
From up ahead, you hear the obvious sounds of a party. The leaves underfoot become paving stone. Columns begin to line the road, leading to steps formed by roots, which ascend to two barriers of tightly woven vines covered in a riot of flowers. The doors open, revealing a feast underway. Do you step inside?
Mm,
Well, we're not going to get anywhere if we don't go inside and investigate.
that's
All
true.
right.
Unfortunately.
So,
But
okay.
who says we have to come in through the front door?
Oh.
Ooh, good call. Is there any? Is there a side
Yeah.
door?
Let
See
me
any
send you the map that I am given. We are going to not be using any miniatures. The map today we're going to be theater of the minding it just because it's easier for running today.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the map. Here is the manor that you see in front of you. So
Okay.
see the box that is labeled PC start here. The door is just to the left there. You can see forward into the manor. So you don't see much other than like some party goers.
Hmm. Okay.
Any second story windows we could climb up to?
It does not give me a second story, so I'm going to assume no.
Okay.
Any
Seems
I
second
don't
as
story
though there
windows
are
we could go in
walls.
through?
I don't even see any windows on here.
Oh no.
Well, you'd have to open the door from the inside or something for me because no way I would climb if there was a second floor.
Yeah, I don't even see any windows on here. How is
And
this a
also
noble estate without windows?
being lit magically.
Oh, yes.
Open ceiling.
Oh.
I feel like there should be windows.
I do too, but this is the map that it gives me.
Oh.
What it looks like to me is a fortified manor. So like someone whose manor is like a warring nation or something like that. That's what it looks like to
Someone
me.
who very specifically did not want adventurers coming in through the windows.
Yes.
They've prepared for this.
Fine. I guess we're going in through the front door. Damn.
All right.
Okay, act natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretend we were invited.
So I love how the description of the room does not look anything. I'm going to assume that so underneath the little top, there is a double doors, like right below that first rug there. I'm going to assume that that is not there or is not open so that you can see into the
You're
because
kind of cutting out.
I know, I'm sorry. So let me, is that better? Okay. I
think
think
so.
I'm more stable now. My
Yeah, that's
microphone has a bad wire.
Oh no.
So I'll say that again. On the map, underneath the top dotted line, you can very faintly see that there is a set of double doors, like right below that first rug. I'm going to assume that those are not there open because so you can see into the.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
At the head of a crescent-shaped trestle table sits the apparent host, who seems to be an androgynous elf up until the antlers jutting from their head register as real rather than a headpiece. They are beautiful in an other-boding way, too perfect to be true, eliciting feelings of the uncanny valley. They regard the newcomers coolly as scattered performers of obvious fey nature, dance and cavort, providing some sort of entertainment for those feasting. A pair of leshy guards to intercept the intruders. So let me give you a couple images to paint the picture. So I am going to show you the gentlefolk that was just described.
Mhm.
And then this is the creatures that are standing in your way.
Oh,
So we are going to begin initiative, or we're going to roll initiative so that we can begin a combat.
Okay.
Okay.
If Mauricio would like to have been trying to avoid notice, then Mauricio
Yes.
can roll stealth instead of perception for this roll.
I'm going to roll stealth instead of perception.
Proto. So
Y'all, I just rolled in that one.
Oh no.
hey, at least you initiative is one thing that you cannot crit fail.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 3.
Then Max, you will want to add your perception modifier to that.
Okay. Okay, so that's an 8.
All right, so you got an 11. And Riss, what is your total?
That is an 8.
And Frodo, what is your total?
let me see. Rolling out. Oh, oh, it's with perception, right?
Yes.
11.
Get down.
An 11. All right. So between Max and Frodo, who wants to go first?
I think Frodo should go first because I got 8 in total.
Also, do bard things?
Ooh, yeah, do bard things.
Oh, to the bar thing. Oh man.
All right. And then I have 2 leaf fleshies. So we'll do that 1 and a 2. So where is my, oh God, now I have to scroll. Great. Usually I have this printed out, not on my PDF, but that's fine. Where, okay, that's too far. Too far. There you are. All right, 2 leaf fleshies. You have +4. So we got 14. Oops. And the second one also has a 14. Can you guys please do better? All right. So the leaf fleshies both were ready for you. And they managed to go first. So if you'll join me back at the image of the feasting hall.
Mm-hmm.
So they are going to start on either side of that open or not present door. And you are going to start, I am assuming, in the like first 3 squares of where the door is. Back where it says PC start here.
Yep.
So they have how much movement speed do you have? 25. So number 1 is going to be on the left of that doorway, is going to come 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And it is going to come right up next to y'all. So I would say only one of you will have to 5-foot step to engage with them if you want to be in melee. Otherwise, 2 of you will be able to just hit it on your turn if you would like to. The second Leshy is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The other one is going to get to the square that is right next to the bottom left corner of the far left green bush. That is how far it can move. So it is their turn. Frodo, you are up next.
Okay. Which one is the closest to me again?
Number 1, it is in the there's the northern parapet there. It is next to the door on the inside by that northern parapet. And y'all came in that little door where it says PC start here. So on the bottom left corner. I'd say you can 5-foot step, 10 feet if you really want to get into melee. But the bard excels by buffing others and throwing spells.
Yeah. Just thinking whether I would just go with a ranged attack or an actual spell instead. Because, well, there's so many spells.
Mm-hmm. Let me open him up again.
So putting me first, I sort of, if I use a sort of buff for someone, would that still work for the next round until it comes back to me?
So for Lem specific, where is it? Under his focus spells, it is on the 3rd page, I believe. Excuse me. I have not played his type of bard before, which is unfortunate. So where is his?
Oh, maybe Courageous Anthem, perhaps?
Yes, Courageous Anthem is the oh my god, what is the old name for it? Inspire Courage. So you can let me refresh myself on how this type of bard works because I don't have this type of bard.
Understandable.
You get lingering composition. Okay. Each one of these uses a focus point. You can refill. So yes, what you can do is you can use your, where is it even? Oh my god, this is not laid out very well, is it? I've never played Lem himself, so. But yes, if you wanted to do your Courageous Anthem, you can try and use your lingering position focus spell. You will have to make a performance check to try and do it, but then your performance will stay up for 3 rounds or more instead of having to use it every turn.
Oh, okay, that's better. Yes.
So you'd like to try lingering your composition?
Yes.
All right, so you will tick down on your focus points and then give me a performance check.
Right. My performance plus 7.
15 is exactly what you need.
Nice.
So your performance will be up for 3 rounds. I can't actually find it on his sheet, and I'm getting a little irritated about that. I do know that Inspire Competence is, or Inspire or Courageous Anthem is a +1 to attack and damage. So a +1 to your attack rolls, and whenever you do a damage roll, you also add an extra 1.
All right.
So that was one action. I think, yeah, it's one action because your lingering reaction. That is what that empty arrow looks. That is next to lingering composition means. The empty arrow means a free action. Did you want to then try a 2-action spell, perhaps?
Let me see. I'm just not used to using so many actions.
That's okay.
Let me see. All right, so I've used lingering composition in Courageous Anthem, just to be sure.
Yep. So Courageous Anthem isn't something you can use up. The lingering composition is.
Okay. Man. Just going through the spells.
Would you like some recommendations?
Of course. Thank you.
Daze is always a good one. You can do mental damage opposed to physical damage. You could use telekinetic projectile to rock or a stick at them to do some damage. You could use fear to make them afraid and lower their things.
All right, so maybe telekinetic projectile.
Sure. So then what you're going to want to do is give me a spell attack roll. You will see your spell attack at the very, very top. I think it's a +7.
Yes, +7.
So then give me a d20 roll +7.
Right. Okay,
19.
so 19, yeah.
Let me go back to my sheet. That is a success. So what type of damage would you like to do to them? So on this spell, you can pick up a stick to do piercing damage. You can pick up a sharp rock to do slashing. You can do just a normal rock to do bludgeoning.
Let me see, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
They're plants slashing.
Yeah, I was thinking slashing, yeah.
So then what you're going to want to do is, let me scroll back down to, because I forget how much damage freaking telekinetic projectile does. It is, you will want to roll 2d6 with the dice roller.
All right.
So you deal 10 damage to number 1. How much hit points does it have? Okay. It didn't seem to like that very much. So next up is Max.
Ooh, okay. Can I attack the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what
So-
you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into the center and find your melee strikes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, is that in the feats and abilities?
It is above the skill section.
Okay. Ooh, yes. Okay. I can do a longbow or a shield boss or a short bow.
So I would suggest the longsword because they are close by.
Okay. Yeah.
And you have the best chance of critting them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead and roll a d20 to add
Okay.
+9 to.
Okay.
So a 16. A 16 will unfortunately miss. It dodges out of the way.
Ah.
You can try hitting him again.
Okay, yeah. That was like one action, right? So
Yes.
try
Now,
another again.
each strike that you do will take a penalty for beyond the first one. So see in the brackets right next to it, the
Yeah.
+4 or -1. So you're only going to add 4 to this.
Okay. So 16 again.
Fortunately, they are pretty dodgy.
Ah.
Would you like a suggestion for your third action instead of try and hit him again for -1?
Yeah. Let's try another one.
So one of the things that you can do in combat is you can try and intimidate them. What this does is it'll give them the feared condition and give them a -1 to attack and their damage.
That sounds good.
So you can go ahead.
Feared.
You can go ahead and roll a intimidate check. So it'll be another d20 and add your intimidation.
Okay.
A 3, which is versus their will DC, which is unfortunately not enough.
Ah.
So you are unfortunately not scary enough to the little leshies.
Sorry, Valeros. You're kind of pathetic.
The dice bot is being a little unfortunate for you. So Riss, you are bringing up the end of the round.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm moving forward and attacking with the rapier.
Do you want to move into a flank?
Yes.
All right, because then you'll get your sneak attack dice.
Fuck yeah. Which is an extra 1d6. 6 and 8. Roll the attack. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
All right, 23 is a hit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Got a couple of 4s. So that's what? 8 plus 4 says. No, it's 1d6. I read that wrong. It's supposed to be 1d6 is the base damage for the rapier. So I rolled a 6 when I rolled the correct die. I'm going to take the lower number that I started with because I did it wrong. So that's
Sure.
8, 9, 10, 12.
All right. You stab it straight in where you think its heart is. And it seems pretty effective because it explodes into a verdant mass of plants. There's like sparkles and leaves all over the place as it explodes upon death. And the ground 30 feet around where it exploded now becomes covered in little tree saplings. And you feel like it's going to be difficult to move this area.
Cool, but unexpected.
What is their glide ability? Oh. That's dumb. Okay. Top of the round. So yes, you are able to kill this one. There is one left.
Sweet.
Oh, that's right. You have the rest of your turn. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, I have 2 more actions, don't I?
So you took one action to move into the flank, and you took one action to strike.
Okay, so one more action, right?
Would you like to move up to it, or would you like to let it come?
Let's let it come to us.
Sure. Did you want to try and intimidate it yourself?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I just killed his buddy. What do I roll for that?
I'll give you a circumstance bonus to that.
Intimidation. I got a +4 in that.
Oh, wow. She does have a decent Okay.
19, 20, 21. That's a 22.
Yeah, you feel like you have shaken it. It just saw its buddy explode and it's just like, well, crap.
Who's fucking next?
So top of the round is its turn. It is going to move up and it is going to try and spear ya. Now it is going to
Like
be
you do.
standing. It is going to be standing with 5 feet in between you two because it has a reach of 10 feet with its long spear. So it's going to try and attack you. I don't think a 7 is going or a 10 is going to hit you.
AC is 18, so no, I don't think so.
Unfortunately, not. It will try again.
Just casually bat that spear out of the way with the rapier.
An 11 is not going to hit you either.
Are you even trying?
It is trying so hard.
Just saw his buddy die.
Oh, wow. I rolled pretty well, but I don't think it's going to help it at all. Yeah, that is a 12. I rolled a 19 on the dice. But with the minus 10 to try and to hit you for the third time, it's just not going to hit you.
Motherfucker.
So that was
Try
unfortunate.
again, bitch.
So Frodo, you're up next. What would you like to do?
Oh man, I was originally thinking of using fear on them, but I don't think it's even necessary anymore.
So it is currently frightened 1. If you do use fear on it, if it fails, it'll become frightened. Or if it critically fails, it becomes frightened 3 and fleeing around.
Oh, maybe.
And the value at the end of the condition is how badly it affects their ability to do. So in this case, if it got frightened 3, it would have a minus 3 to hit and damage.
Yeah, using fear will be good then.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I need to give you a will save, I believe. Yes, I need to give you a will save. So I have a +4 on this. I rolled a 20. 20 total. So what you're going to be looking for at the very tippy top of your page is your spell DC.
Yes.
So
17.
20 beats 17, so unfortunately, it is not scared of you.
Oh yes, of course. All right, next one. Let me see.
So that was
That one?
2 actions. You have 1 left.
Yeah, not wanna use fear again. Let me see what else. Maybe.
Oh my god, Courageous Anthem is right above Lingering Composition. I missed it every time.
Mhm.
Maybe using days.
I'm sorry, which one?
Oh, days.
Days. So that is also a 2-action spell. You don't have enough
Yeah,
actions for it.
No way. Yeah. Let me see.
That is the kind of downside with spellcasters is most spells are 2 actions. Does he have shield? Of course he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe I'll just use a ranged attack. with
Sure.
the
Do
purple.
you have a bow?
Yes.
Sure. You can try and shoot it with your short bow.
All right. It says deadly D10, so I will roll a D10, or is it something?
So the deadly property is if you would crit it, you would add an extra D10 on top of your damage dice.
Understandable. Okay.
16 plus 6. So a 22 is going to hit. So you will get to roll a 1d6 piercing damage.
All right.
Max damage.
Yeah.
It now has a spear sticking out of its an arrow sticking out of its head.
Oh, great.
Nice shot.
Yeah, nice shot.
Wow.
The poor thing.
Next
I
up
don't know
is
how I hit it.
next up is Max.
Finish him
Okay.
off.
So you will have to move up to it.
Oh, all right. Okay. Is that one
Or
action?
wait. So actually, its third attack wouldn't have gone off because it had to move up to Mariciel. And so what you can do is you could move into flank with it. So you get a +2 to try and hit it.
Ooh, okay. All right. So I'll try to longsword it again.
All right.
Do another slashy. 15 plus 2.
So 15 plus your longsword value, the +9.
Oh, okay. 24, 26.
Yep, that is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
All right, so then you get to roll your 1d8.
Okay.
Get him.
1d8. Get him. Get him. 5.
5 plus 4, which is your strength modifier, is going to be 9.
Oh.
Yes.
So 15. This one explodes into
Oh no.
a big, beautiful, verdant explosion of plants.
Yeah.
Plants
Nice.
Kill
is
those plants.
everywhere.
Kill those plants.
Who wants to be mulch next?
That is the 2 leshies that you see. The individual on the throne begins to clap. And is like, very well. Very good. You have defeated my guards. What brings you here?
What are the names of the people we're here to rescue?
I also
couldn't
forgot,
take
sorry.
over the
I also
decision.
forgot.
I couldn't remember anything.
I don't take notes. What are you kidding?
We're here to find those neighbors.
Do you mention that you were here to find some other mortals?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. They tap their chin. Ah, yes, there were some other mortals that had joined us. But they were boring.
Boring?
Ooh,
Where are
Yeah.
they?
that's not good.
Oh, around.
Oh,
Hmm. Don't like the
Nice.
implications there.
One moment. Let me read some box text. Okay, regardless of how the. Oh, I actually have some box text. I don't need to be improvising here. The host, who has been watching impassively, begins speaking. Cletus, we thought that would last longer. We are bored. What more have you? Another individual with a blasé countenance, vaguely elven features, and green hair steps forward to speak to the host. Well, my Thane, these mortals happened upon invitation. Near as my magic can tell, they seem to be something Pathfinders. He gestures toward the party. Suddenly, the doors slam shut behind everyone, preventing exit. Just another mortal faction, Thane says with a sigh. Mortals, mortals, mortals. Duller than the ones who attended our last. What are we to do with such boring guests? Perhaps we should ask them, my lord. At the suggestion, the Thane nods, and they turn an intense and chilling stare upon their new guests. They make no attempt to hide the fact that all who arrive here are but entertainment in their ancient eyes. So, then, say, you, and why do you deserve a table at our elsewhere feast? Give me one moment to glance over rules. Okay. All right, what would you like to do?
Oh,
This is
fuck it.
very open-ended. You can give whatever you would like to do.
Nobody else has any ideas?
Would they be
Okay.
interested in info dumping?
Nova is giving some hints in the panel
My
stage
counter
chat.
skill is +7 for me.
Okay.
Plus
No,
0.
that's fun.
I'm nothing.
Yeah, +7 for me.
We are
Frodo, you're
We are
theater
guests.
major.
guests
God.
in your house, and we defeated your champions. So I would like to make a bargain with you.
Hmm.
The bard will perform for you in exchange for returning the people we came here to find.
Let me scroll. The Thane gives a entertained sneer, and before they are able to speak up, Cletus speaks up. Whatever a Pathfinder is, my lord, they'll be little more than babes. Some decades have passed. You see, once you have arrived, there's no leaving until the party is over. These ones, we might as well use them as scraps. Suddenly, a large rabbit with dun-colored fur hops into view, and then walks on two legs into the center of to face Thane. Oh, grand eternal one, I know the world from whence these the Pathfinders have done me a favor in the past. I owe them much. Your radiance has commanded such debts be paid. Treating them as scraps would leave much debt unfilled. The rabbit regards you with a pathetic look. Cletus interjects. Summer Storm, you forget yourself. This is your first elsewhere feast. Mortal debts hard. In fact, at that, the Thane's face darkens, and he raises a hand. Cletus, sensing the Thane's displeasure, speaking. I'm cutting out again.
Yeah.
How's okay? There we go. Now I'm better. Okay. Let me read that last paragraph that I saw myself cutting out of. Cletus interjects. Summer Storm, you forget yourself. This is your first elsewhere feast. Mortal debts hardly matter. In fact, at that, the Thane's face darkens, and he raises a hand. Cletus, sensing the Thane's displeasure, immediately ceases speaking. All debts matter, the terribly beautiful Fey Lord proclaims. What do you propose? Our newly awakened friend? The Thane asks. A wager, my lord, a game. Oh, a game. Excellent. What are the stakes? Grant me some time with the newcomers. If they prove entertaining enough, then you return them to their lands as they were before arriving, along with those they came to seek, the weight of years removed. Should they fail? The Thane gives a harsh look. Summerstorm turns and looks upon the party wistfully. My name and freedom. I only have both because of the Pathfinder Society. The Thane ponders the request for a moment and nods. Done! Have your conference. The rabbit pulls you aside at this point and is able to help is able to answer your questions because I'm sure that they are sure that they have some. They introduce themselves. My name is Summer Storm. Your kind helped earn my freedom many years ago from the Thorn Monarch, a Fey Lord defeated by the Pathfinder. I owe the Pathfinders, and I can help you. I will help you. The Elsewhere Feast is under the complete control of Thane, but we can't escape. I have a plan. Some of the guests will aid us if you can win them over. Buy me time to get some preparations in place and be ready to run when I give the signal. So at this point, this scenario is a little kind of weird. You can ask Summerstorm any questions you have, though they will mention that time doesn't work here like it does on the material plane. The party is set to go on for 7 years, and that means 70 years of mortal aging.
Oh, man.
So,
Oh, fuck.
yeah, as the Thane's assistant had mentioned, no one can leave until the party is done. At which time the Fae aren't aging, but the mortals are.
Hmm.
So what?
Well, that would be inconvenient for everyone who's not an elf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What sort of questions would you have for Summerstorm? I'm sure there's a lot.
Oh.
Hmm.
Are there any other rules that we need to know about?
Rules.
There's always rules.
The Thane is it is this realm. Nothing gets done without the Thane knowing. So we have to distract him in order to allow us to buy time so that he's not paying attention to what we are doing.
Hmm. So we can't lie to them exactly. Because then
You
they
can
know.
lie, but they'll find it more as a entertainment if you do it well enough.
Okay. Hmm.
So it's all about being interesting.
So I see. What does the Thane find most distracting? The Thane is welcomes any sort of distraction. He's been bored, you see, and doesn't have a specific any specific thing that he likes. He just wants good performances.
What's everyone else been doing to entertain him?
There, so let me scroll down.
We need to be original.
Everybody's been trying a little bit of everything. So to be able to distract the Thane, you can try anything that you can think of. So for some example, the bard can perform. Like when I played this, my bard read it. he was very entertained. For the non-performance types, like for example, Valeros could try doing some acrobatics with the acrobatic skill.
Ooh, yeah.
Or
He's got good athletics.
athletics. Athletics and acrobatics are hate in the system because they feel like they should be and yet they aren't.
Mm.
So for either Mariciel or Valeros, you could do some sort of acrobatic act. Or you could give me something creative, like I think in my party when we did this, someone even tried to do a like an info dump.
I have an idea.
Sure. What would you like to do?
I'll bet that I can do some magic tricks for him that he can't detect the magic involved. Thievery, sleight of hand.
Very well.
Oh, I have a fun idea. I could do. You know how like sometimes like in video games there's like acrobatics going on while people are shooting arrows.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try doing some stuff with the short bow while doing flips and shit.
Sure thing. I will
Nice.
allow you to do acrobatics or athletics or your ranged attack, whichever appropriate.
Okay. I have a +7 to athletics, which is like the most, I think.
Sure.
Oh, do I go first?
Sure. If you would like to, go ahead.
Oh, chill. Okay. Let's see. +12 + 7, 19.
All right. You are able to impress the Thane. And then Mauricio, Maurice, you wanted to do a sleight of hand. You may go ahead.
All right. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25.
You feel like your performance is extra interesting to him. You are actually able to hide this item without them knowing. You got a crit.
Card tricks for the win.
You crit. So remember how I mentioned you can crit on skill checks by getting 10 more than the DC? That's what you did.
Nice.
Frodo, what would you like to do?
Man, everyone's doing so many interesting stuff. If I sing just a song, I don't know if that will distract him or do anything.
It's very likely that you as a mortal will have knowledge of songs that the Thane has not heard.
Yeah.
Singing a new contemporary pop song.
Yeah.
He's
No.
never heard of that before.
Shred on that liar, Lem.
Yeah, I guess then.
Sure. So give me a d20 roll plus your performance check.
All right.
Roll out the bard core.
Oh, sheesh. Wrong command, sorry. Let me just go here. 15 plus 7. How much? Yeah.
22.
Yep.
All right. So you succeed. You are able to distract the Thane. While you are distracting, the ones who are not distracting at the same, because you're not all doing performances at the same time, you have the chance to look for the people you're here for. You are able to give me a diplomacy check, intimidation check, or a perception check to see if you can physically locate people.
Intimidation or perception. I've got good perception. I've got good perception and a +2 bonus for finding hidden creatures.
Sure.
So that's 13.
All right. Unfortunately, you were unable to find any of the mortals. Everybody you try to ask is too involved in partying.
If I'm rolling perception.
Are there any locked doors?
There are no locked doors.
Okay.
So what'd you get, Max?
I got 10. So +5 for perception.
All right, you are able to locate just visually one of the people that you are looking for. You were able to. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just like cheering.
So you were able to get their attention. They match the description of the individual that you were sent to, but they look much older than they originally were described to you, as if they've aged 30 years, and they've been missing for 3 days on the material.
Ooh, that's not good.
If my freaking mic would stop cutting out, maybe it's good this time. Okay. Then Lem, would you like to search for your people? Because you were able to find one.
Okay, so you said I could use perhaps diplomacy?
Yes.
To whisk around? Okay, let me see. 14 and 7, 21.
All right, you were able to find another one. Now, I am aware that I have 15 minutes, and I want to get you guys to the fun part. So I'm going to say that between the lot of you and the people that you already have found are able to find the others. You are able to meet back up with Summer Storm, and he has prepped his magic to be able to get you out. But he has 2 ways that you can try and escape with said magic. You can try and carefully and quietly do so, or you can make a huge clatter and try and escape by whipping up the party goers into a frenzy. Which would you like to try?
I'm all for stealth.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sneaking out seems like maybe a more prudent thing to do.
Sure. Where is the infiltration rules? There you are. All right, so I was hoping you guys would do the chase, but we can do the infiltration.
Oh.
Both are fun. I just like chases. They're fun.
Chasings are fun. Maybe next time.
Yep. So, your first obstacle is to slip out of the hall unnoticed. Everyone seems preoccupied by the activities, and the Thane's gaze has left the party for now. Others turn their eyes toward you still. Waiting for the right moment to leave will be key. I need so how this works is we will go in a round. So everybody will act within a round. If you do not act within a round, then you will have to start the next round. It'll make more sense once we actually get into it. So for the first obstacle, you can try to overcome it with acrobatics, perception, or stealth. And anybody can roll this. Just don't all shout at once.
Oh, great. All these are +6 for
I'll
me.
do the stealth.
You'll do stealth? All right, go ahead and roll me stealth.
That is natural 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 26.
All right, you crit succeed, and you are able to get past this obstacle just on that alone. So you are able to stealth everybody out of the hall without being noticed. Obstacle 2, you have to negotiate the shifting back rooms. The heroes have become accustomed to the shifting nature of the grand hall. Drunken interlopers can be found wandering about, can be tricked, shoved out of the way, or coerced to leave the party alone. So so now Max or Frodo, I need either one of you to try athletics, deception, or intimidation.
I could try
My deception
athletics.
is +7.
I'm sorry, Frodo?
Oh, my deception is +7.
Okay. And the Max, which one did you want to do?
I was thinking athletics, but that's also +7.
Either
Oh,
one.
great.
You need so many points to get past this obstacle. So you both can try.
Okay.
Oh, you can go first.
Yeah.
So Max rolled a 17, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So you get a point for getting past this. That
Nice.
is not enough to clear the obstacle. So Frodo, go ahead.
All right. Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
9.
Unfortunately, that's not enough, but it's also not a crit fail, so it won't stop you. You just aren't able to make any. So now, you are still on this same obstacle. Now everybody, including Risk, gets the chance to roll again to try and clear this obstacle. So who would like to go?
What are our options?
It is athletics, deception, or intimidation.
I've got a +4 in all of those.
I've got a +7 in deception.
Go ahead with your +7.
Roll your deception.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
You crit succeed, so you get the party past this obstacle. And you're on to the next obstacle, dodging the Elsewood patrols. Leaf Leshies patrol the Elsewood with hound weighted. You can try using stealth or survival here. So now it's Riss and Max who gets to try on this one. For this
I
round.
got a +7 on stealth, so I'll
Right.
roll that.
Go ahead.
Good.
And that is a 15.
All right. You are able to stealth past the Leaf Leshies. Unfortunately, it's not enough to get you past them completely. So, Max, I will need you to try something.
Okay. I will do stealth for +2.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. 18.
Excellent. You are able to get past the Elsewood patrols. And finally, you have to weather the temporal storm, where the Elsewood connects to the rest of the first, where the Thane temporal events wavers, creating the edge of tomorrow. The magical energies are difficult to avoid. But this is the last obstacle that you need, and where Summer Storm is trying to lead you. So I need all three of you. Anybody is able to do this time. A Arcana or Nature, a Will save, or a Fortitude save.
I'm gonna roll that will save.
All right, go ahead.
And that is a 15.
Excellent. You are able to save against the not understanding how this, like, for the mortal mind. I will need one more attempt from. It is Arcana or Nature, and a Will save or a Fort save. Max or Frodo?
All
I can
right.
do-
Arcana, Nature, or sorry, you can go.
Oh, I can do Fortitude +7.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, 18.
Excellent. You are able to withstand the storm, and you are able to get Summer Storm to where he needs to be. Now let me scroll back up to the adventure. You got. All right, where is it? Oh, hang on, I have to do a little bit of math. Okay. Where is, here we are. The Thane, right before you are able to escape, you basically, wait, do you get teleported back to his place and then bamfed out?
Oh no.
I think so. Okay, So we made it! The edge of tomorrow, the border of his domain, and while we can't cross it, Summer Storm lifts the altered invitation that he to break to he basically like reconstructed the magic on the invitation, brought you here to let you leave. He lifts the altered invitation leaf high before grounding. We should be far enough that the Thorn Monarch's remaining magic can grant us escape. His triumphant tone fades immediately when several creatures leap from the ground where the leaf was dropped, as if emerging from. Despite the ground's obvious impermeability. What? How did they find us? It doesn't matter. We have to fight. And the scenery wavers and shifts, the foes remaining steadfast despite the surroundings, returning to the unfortunate Thane. The Thane looks upon the would-be. Oh, sorry. All right, let me reread that last bit. The scenery wavers and shifts, the remaining steadfast despite the surroundings returning to the unfortunately familiar. Come on,
And
there we go.
you're gone.
Yes.
Of the Thane's table. I'm just gonna have to hold the frickin' wire in place. The Thane looks upon the would-be escape what might actually be admiration. It has been centuries since any dared to fight us. They pause for a moment. A symmetrical grin forming over their disconcertingly flawed face. There is an exhilaration to such a rarity. The wager was that we be entertained, not. Question remains, novel as your antics were, did we find them truly novel? The Thane regards everyone coolly. We suppose it was an attempt, and we suppose it wasn't a total loss. Wait, I'm reading the wrong one. Hold on. Because basically by distracting him, you get so many points. And all right, there we are. Yes. In fact, we find that you have in your major Summer Storm. Your name is your own, and you and your companions have earned their freedom, as well as their time returned. The Thane snaps his fingers, and all would-be escapees find themselves at the edge of the forest. So you were successful, and you got the time back for the people who were lost. For the people who aged 30 years, they returned back to the age they were taken. So you succeeded.
Hell yeah.
So I know.
Damn right we did.
I know that Nova's panel is coming up real quick here, so I'm gonna be House of Chimeras, you can stop the because now I'll just do paperwork for y'all. So how Pathfinder Society works. I showed you the Chronicle earlier.